Kids are kids, and kids are a lot smarter than we really give them credit for.
Right.
Shady. What up, Slim Shady?
My daughter is the most important thing in the world to me.
I never knew my father, and I want her to know hers. I'm living both. I'm living the American dream and the nightmare. I just don't want to be like my father was. You know, I want to be there for every step of the way for my daughter. I want to be there for Haley's first day of school. When she starts school, I want to be there for everything that my father missed out. I love my mom.
Hi, my name is. What's going on, man?
All right. I'm doing good. My man is not.
I don't feel like I should have to bite my tongue for anybody.
You try to hide something from the world, you're gonna get exposed. Yeah, use condoms. Don't do drugs, leave it up to me. People want to check my background, they can check my background. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to hide from the world.
Like always with anything, you gotta take the good with the bad.
And storytelling to a next level, though. I'm trying to bring a next level to the game.
Well, my clothes are white. I don't know about me.
Hey, Satan, let's fuck.
Me, I produce a lot of my own shit, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. She's really smart, and she's starting to learn, you know. She'll, like if we're gonna go to the grocery store or something, she'll say, Daddy, you gotta put your hat on because otherwise you're gonna have to sign autographs. I mean, when I was like 16, 15, I was whack. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how I wanted to sound. I didn't know, you know, barely anything.
Oh my God, I'm white!
He's white?
Fuck!
Man, I didn't know you was white. All that time.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, you telling me this guy's white?
As far as I can tell.
This dude's white. Man. Dude.
No, sunburn.
Sunburn.
I'm red.
He's red.
We've done like 3 shows in one day, I remember. Barely.
So if you're gonna do a cover song, right, it's gotta be, you gotta do it in a different way. And I mean, I would rather let classic songs be classic songs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, I don't think I would really. I'm not one to really touch on that.
Right.
So.
If a major label is gonna give you a lot of fucking money, they have faith in you.
I'm not trying to come out and be like nobody, like act like nobody. I got my own shit, and it's like that's the way that I feel that artists win is if they're themselves.
First time I had grabbed the mic, I got booed before I even said anything. You know what I'm saying? And then as I started to say this shit, the boos just got louder and louder and louder till I just got off the mic. I love hip hop, and if somebody is saying something about me, I gotta address it. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am?
If it came down to a situation where it was, you know, either or, I would give up music in a second for my kids.
If you don't like me, then I don't care. I still don't care. Always remember that. If you send a demo in, your music has got to speak for itself. If it don't even bother wasting your time.
Who's Eminem? I'm Slim Shady right now. All right. You know? I'm saying that.
Nah. But if you want to be successful, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to rap? Do you want to rap just as a hobby and then work a 9 to 5? Or do you want to rap and make enough money to be comfortable?
That's what I'm living for. That's what I'm doing everything for. That's all of this rap shit. Everything that I do is for my little girl. Send her to college. Make sure she got the best life possible.
And really try to see what they're feeling. These are the people that's buying my records. So they're paying my rent, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep in touch with them fans, you know?
So my music, for me, my music is like therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a way for me to get stuff off my chest.
Because when we shit the same.
We shit the same.
You know what I'm saying? It stinks just as bad.
Right.
My shit don't stink no worse than his shit stinks.
But no, hold on, I take that back.
What?
His shit stinks. I want you to know, his shit stinks bad.
I don't feel it necessarily really left, you know? You just gotta check for the right stuff.
My writing process is basically, I don't try to sit down and think of shit. You know, I let the thoughts pop into my head and then I write them down. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's kids that can listen to the music and say, I've been there.
I feel like I got an ear for that shit. What's hot and what's not, you know what I mean? So I just separate the two and I just come out of the studio with the hottest shit that I can make, you know what I mean?
One of the reasons that it's selling so many records is probably because there's so many kids that can relate to what I've been through. You know?
Everyone's doing it.
We about to do it.
Everyone's doing it. Everyone's jumping off the bridge, dude. Everyone is jumping off the bridge, man.
You come jump off the bridge with us.
Two of us, or just the two of us. That's a song about my daughter. Who Haley, right? Yeah.
I'm making my daughter famous.
There's a lot of poor people in the world. There's a lot of lower class people that been through a lot of stuff, you know.
My ass.
We bring the ass. We bring one chunky big ass.
Hey, they love you down here, Em. Back to you. Thanks, Ray. Idiot.
I hear a lot of shit about other rappers like, yo, this rapper produces his own shit and give him credit and this and that. And I'm pretty much, I feel like I'm an underrated producer because I produced 90% of my album. I don't think nobody will ever understand what's completely on my mind. And I'm not asking people to, you know. My album is kind of like inviting you into my world. If you want to come into it, you do. If you don't, you don't. Hooks make a song. Hooks make a fucking song, and it's so easy to make a hook. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of fathers that go through a lot of stuff with their babies' mothers, and they want to do that stuff, but they just don't say it. A lot of things that I say are not meant to be disses. It's meant to be me speaking my mind.
I have a lot of shit to do with that. Me and my production team, FBT Productions, I'm with them now. I'm a member of the production crew, so I have a lot of say on my shit and how it comes out of the studio. If it's not hot, I don't let it come out.
You know, so if I'm evil enough to think it, or I'm demented enough to think it, or I'm smart enough to think it, then I'm gonna say it. Well, I was expressing my views. Whatever's on my mind, I'm gonna say it. If I'm thinking it, I'm gonna say it. I'm that type of person. I've always been that type of person. So I produce a lot of my own shit, but I'm gonna stay with Dre, and I'm gonna stay with FBT, and that's who I plan to work with. You know what I mean? I've been through so much stuff in my life that, you know, I kind of reached a point where I was just fed up, you know, and just got tired of it. And it shows on the record. Thoughts, when I write, thoughts up in my head, things that I think of, I think everybody else thinks a lot of this shit I think of too, they just don't say it. And my thing is I just say it. You know, when thoughts get in my head, I just write them down. I think I might think a little bit different than the average person. Say shit that people can relate to and make good hooks.
Yeah, you can't come out crushing planets with your asshole and shit like that.
Nobody wants to hear that. I mean, the underground circuit might want to hear it.
I guess another thing that a lot of people have been talking about in terms of controversy surrounding Eminem is the album cover. Why don't you actually explain it for us?
The album cover goes along with the Bonnie and Clyde, 97 Bonnie and Clyde theme. And that song is about the murder of my daughter's mother.
If they really wanted to shut me down, they just shut up, but they won't, so I won't.
I don't know, it seemed like as soon as I stopped giving about what I was saying, people started giving a It was like a reverse effect, like you, I don't care if you like me or not. Oh, well, we like you now, you know?
And that's why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these underground artists, you know, they rap this subliminal, scientifical, minitrifical, littleifical, and it's like nobody knows what they're talking about. We make the music for. We're not here to care, you know what I'm saying? We're not here to care about, you know, what somebody who doesn't like us, what they think or what their opinion is of our music, you know what I mean? I mean, there's always going to be people that love you and people that hate you. You know, you take the good with the bad, and that's what I do.
Rap is the voice of youth. Hip hop is the voice of youth because of, you know what I mean?
This stuff right here, whatever this means, that, what is that? Dribbling. This is what it is. It's the dribbling effect. That's what it is.
Nah, it's the dribbling.
Oh, it's the dribbling.
You know, and being that if there's not that many good white rappers, I don't have anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is speak for myself. You know?
Rap is the biggest shit. Rap is like, hip-hop is the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying?
That's why, again, I say my music is therapy for me. It's a way to get stuff off my chest.
Always looks. Everything is based on looks, you know what I'm saying? If I think you look like a herb, I'm gonna fuck with you.
Right.
Just because I don't like the way you look, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't like the way this guy dresses or the way he wears his socks or the way he, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything, you know? You're gonna fuck with somebody, just, people are gonna mess with you.
But, you know, 18, 19, I started like learning, like, all right, this is how I should sound on the mic and this is how I need to do this. You know what I'm saying? And learning how to battle and just, you know, practicing freestyle.
Two big, powerful ass cheeks.
Ass cheeks. Just...
At the end of the day, man, all these sacrifices that I'm making are for Haley.
Album. I produced all of my album except for 3 songs. I was in there, you know what I'm saying? I had musicians and shit like that, playing bass lines and shit. That's what FBT does. That's my production company. But 99% of the time, I'm thinking in bass lines to play. I'm telling him what to do.
See somebody on the road, you're driving, you see somebody on the road, and they cut you off, and all of a sudden you just, bam, you start screaming at them. Fuck you, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? You start honking at them, flipping them off. Yeah, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's Slim Shady.
I feel like this. I like to work for my money. I like to, you know what I'm saying? I like to go out and earn crowds because it makes me feel like I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Not just come out on stage and just stand there.
In one spot.
Just stand in one spot and the crowd just loves me the whole time just because of who I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a show. I want to entertain people. I want to make people, I want to be in touch with the crowd and make people, you know what I'm saying, talk to people, keep eye contact with the people and look at them, you know what I'm saying?
Hip-hop is like any sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like basketball or football. If you can throw a football, it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter if you can slam dunk a basketball. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter. It's all about the individual person.
I feel like if I write a song and I don't write 3 verses or 2 long verses, I'm cheating.
This is me, and this is all I can do is bring me.
I felt like I put enough of my personal life, even a lot more so than 90% of artists out, not just rap artists, just artists, period. So respect that I'm giving you that much and give me the 10% of privacy that I asked for.
You know, I feel like if you listen to the album in depth, there's really not many questions to ask.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the Mushrooms track, that I never meant to give you mushrooms, that shit was mine. That shit was me, the whole concept, the whole singing, the whole hook, everything, the beat, you know what I'm saying? Everything. I programmed the beat, I did a lot.
Somebody that's just like creative, and after working with him, I'm like, he's more of a perfectionist than I am, you know?
When you're just freestyling, it's you can say anything you want, but I feel like when you're battling, I feel like you have to have a personality of a fucking smartass. You have to.
But a lot of people now don't have that mentality that I have. A lot of people will buy an album, they don't like the artist, but they like who's featured on that artist's album.
My life was really shitty growing up, and obviously it influenced my music. All you gotta do is just pick up a Slim Shady album.
The first single is like some underground shit, you know what I mean? You gotta start from the bottom up. I love the underground, that's where I came from, that's where I started from, you know? So,
hey, I got man, what a lot of these underground artists don't understand is I was underground for a long time. All you gotta do, you can rap about whatever the fuck you wanna rap about. If you can't write hooks, you're gonna lose.
There's still a lot of hard-headed people out in the world that just, it doesn't matter what you bring to the table, they still won't like you, but
I mean, I can't complain. I'm where I'm at. I guess I'm doing what I always dreamed of.
Yeah. Pretty much coming out and telling the world, like, this is what I've been through, this is what I've seen, this is what I've done, you know what I'm saying?
All I'm doing is put my personal feelings on wax. And I've been through a lot of bullshit, and I just put, like, my personal life. I didn't want to put all of it, you know what I mean? People don't need to know a lot about my personal life and what's going on with me. That's not everybody's business.
People are gonna mess with you by looks. Growing up as a kid in school, you know what I'm saying? Whether you go to a mixed school or you go to an all-black school or you go to an all-white school, you're gonna pick things out to mess with kids about.
No matter.
It's almost a true story. Anybody out there that's got baby mothers that are bitches, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody out there who can relate to that shit, that's real. That's some real shit. And instead of me killing that bitch, all I'm saying, excuse my language, instead of me killing that bitch,
we started selling units through Fat Beats, so we was like, my production company was like, yo, we should just take it everywhere we can. So they got like this little loan or whatever. We went to LA with it. As soon as we went to LA, we was gonna work our way back from LA back to the East Coast. We was just gonna put it in as many stores as we could, and as soon as we did that, it was like, you know, Dre found it. Dre got wind of it and just. I mean, honestly, can you say you've never felt like killing somebody? If you never been so mad at somebody, has anybody ever put you through something, through so much crap that you actually felt like killing them?
Yeah, Ice-T Reckless was the first rap song I ever heard. I was in like the 4th or 5th grade, and that was like the first rap record I ever heard. But like growing up, I had a lot of influences like LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, you know what I'm saying? Some of the earlier groups, You know.
NWA.
Yeah, NWA.
Crew.
I mean,
Cause you can write nowadays. Artists, if they get 20 million other motherfuckers on their record, they're gonna write one verse, then they got a song done.
I haven't always been pissed off. I haven't always been mad, you know. It just came to I feel like right now, it's just came to a boiling point for me.
Anybody who lives and breathes for someone else who entertains is taking it too far and probably has something mentally wrong with them, make them do something fucked up.
if I'm gonna jump off a bridge, I'm gonna jump off a bridge because I want to jump off a bridge, not because somebody told me to.
Not because
you know what I'm
Ice-T say jump off the bridge. You know what I'm saying? We jump off the bridge because we gonna jump off the bridge anyway.
We wanna jump off the fucking bridge.
You wanna jump off the bridge? You wanna jump off the bridge with us? Let's all three of us go right now.
We were gonna just come on, man. Everyone's doing it.
We about to do it.
When people work regular jobs, they get days off and shit.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's right. Or
I don't
vacation
get a
time.
If I do have it, my vacation time is spent writing, so it's like I don't
or with
do anything.
Haley,
With Haley, or Haley running around the house while I'm writing.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Growing up, that's just what you do. Oh, this kid's fat. Oh, this kid's too skinny. You know what I'm saying? This kid's got buck teeth. This kid's got a big forehead. You know what I'm saying?
This kid looks like Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
This kid looks like Chris Rock.
You know, so we've been through all that.
It's the first song that I ever wrote that made myself actually, cry.
You know what I mean? But as far as like living the American dream, yeah, I've got success and I've got everything that I've ever wanted, but I still find myself not happy all the time. Do you know what I mean? So it's true when they say that money can't buy happiness. It can't, because I still go through, no matter how much money I had, no matter how much success I have. Now I'm not stressing to pay bills. I'm not stressing over that, but I've got different kinds of stress now. And I've got, do you know what I mean? I've still got a lot of the same everyday worries that I had even when I had no money. So, no matter how much money you get and no matter how much fame you get, you're never going to be always satisfied and always happy.
Uphill battle, but I feel like I'm winning it. I'm slowly winning over the respect of everybody. Whether it's like now it's 1999, we're going into the year 2000, and people got to look at, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're black, white, orange,
green,
red, whatever
purple,
color
pink,
you are.
whatever.
That kid can skateboard. That kid can ride a bike. That kid can rap.
Right.
That dude can play football. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like, if something's going on in my personal life, that's my way of venting, is writing it down and getting back at people through words.
But that's not gonna stop the kids from getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't make it
I was
like
11, 12 years old listening to Two Live Crew, sneaking into rated R movies. You know what I'm saying?
What brought me to this point, I was an underground MC for years, I was doing my thing. I was in a lot of rap contests, in Detroit. I won a lot of contests, a lot of battles in Detroit. Took second place in the Scribble Jam in Cincinnati. Went to LA for the Rap Olympics. Was constantly battling. That was my thing. That was the only way for me to get known. That's the only way I knew how to get known. And then when I was in the Rap Olympics back in '97, I took second place in the Rap Olympics and gave my tape to some kids at Interscope. Interscope gave the tape to Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine liked it and he gave it to Dre. He played it for Dre. And Dre liked it and Dre was looking for me, and found me like 3 days later.
Whether white, black, whatever nationality you are, there's a lot of poor people, there's a lot of lower class people in America that can feel where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of things I say, a lot of people can relate to, like, oh, I've been there. You know what I mean?
I don't have any problem with America itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this is the best country to live in, but at the same time, one man can it up.
I represent those people. All I do is pretty much reflect what's went on in my life through my music,
I ended up writing the way I am, which to me was like the opposite of single. Like it was basically me dumping my frustrations out. Like, look, this is the best I can do. I really let it out and wanted people to know, like, this is how I truly feel. I consider my family my little girl and my wife and my little brother and my niece. And that's my family that I don't talk about a lot, my little brother and my niece. I don't talk about them a lot, but that's my immediate family. The rest of my family is, and I do have an aunt that I do care about a lot too.
my Betty. The rest of my family.
So it's these cats, Mark and Jeff Bass, FBT that's doing my shit. This cat, Denon Porter, DJ Head, DJ Reg, all of these cats besides Dre. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cats that nobody's heard about. They just got the hot shit.
But the list goes on and on. It's like just depending on what I grew up on so many different things. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, the new thing was hot. You know what I'm saying? It was Run DMC, then it was 2 Live Crew, then it was NWA, then it was Run DMC again. Just whoever was putting out albums.
Dre's Chronic 2000, the Chronic 2Gs, that's coming out. I'm on that. I had a lot to do with that project, that whole thing, you know, just in the studio with Dre.
All I do is take my life and what I've went through in my life and just throw it out there at random, you know. I get visuals of my life.
You know, so I think it really depends on the individual. You know, every case is separate. Every case is different.
Ass cheeks, just powerful ass. You ever seen a powerful ass cheek?
I refuse to answer that question. It sounds to incriminate me.
That's bullshit. For anybody to get made fun of or killed or beaten because of the color of their skin is ridiculous.
You're taking like a solid year straight to make an album, and by that time you're just so slap happy that the first thing that comes to mind, you ain't afraid to let it go.
I have fun on stage, you know. It's not all work, you know. I mean, even though doing shows and shit is considered work, it's fun for me to do. That's what I love to do.
My lyrics definitely portray, like if you listen to how ridiculous my lyrics are, even as ridiculous as they are, and they may seem sometimes, there's not one thing that I say in my lyrics that doesn't go on in America or the world, for that matter.
I let it come natural. It's not something that I try to search for or whatever. Right. I gotta let the stuff, throughout the course of my day, I might find like 6 to 12 ideas, you know what I'm saying? Right. And like write them down, just jot them down, and then at the end of the week or the end of 2 weeks or whatever, I stack my ideas up and then I'm ready to write a rhyme, like ready to, you know, full scale.
If somebody listen,
I do believe that I'm one in a million probably. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Who I don't know, who do it like I do it.
My mother had a lot of family problems, a lot of problems just growing up, and I don't know, we argued a lot.
I think it is a therapy for him. It's a therapy for every rapper. I think you write some stuff, it's like therapy.
Yeah, every rapper out there, hip hop has always been known to like, hip hop is like pretty much autobiographical, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it just, you reflect your life, you tell what you know, you tell your side of the story.
And I was very mad at the time, you know, and just, that's what I felt like writing. So I wrote the song, and then we had got back together like a couple of weeks later after I had finished the song, so I played it for her, and then we had broken up again, you know. She flipped out.
You know what I'm saying? You say things from your point of view, like this is my point of view, this is the way I see life. It's always been like that, you know?
Yeah, the overall message was gotten across that, you know, don't be afraid to speak your mind. I spoke my mind and I stood up for what I believed in, and at least said it, at least put it out there.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's kind of like, it's a catch-22. It's like, that's good that they can acknowledge that he got skill, but it's bad that it's like, wow, why it's so expected that he white and can do that, you know what I'm saying? But I wish that we would have been betting like thousands of dollars, because we would be very rich. How many times we did?
We wouldn't need to rap
We
now.
wouldn't need to rap, no records or nothing. We'll be rich, man, because it's just, that's how crazy they thought it was. Like, it's a white rapper dude.
No, but everything is always looks. Everything is based on looks, you know what I'm saying?
When I go in and I record songs about something that's makes me happy or is upsetting me at the time or whatever, and I get that emotion in the song, once I get that shit off my chest, it makes me feel better. And to listen to it back and to, you know, it just makes me feel like a fucking G.
Dre's the best, to me, the best producer of all time. So obviously, I mean,
no doubt. That's
what was it like to work with him? That's not a question that's never been asked. That's a question that's always asked, and it's kind of like self-explanatory. It's like, what am I supposed to say? Well, I fucking hate it.
I mean, how?
Family and friends, people that I basically grown up with, because I feel like at this point, anybody that I meet after this only knows me for Eminem or Slim Shady. Doesn't know Marshall, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep those friends around, because I know that those are the people that really that really care about me for me.
There's a chemistry there. There's kind of a chemistry like when him and Snoop Dogg first got together. There's a chemistry there. It's like this. I'm a lyricist and I'm a writer. I write, and he makes beats and he produces, and he has a vision, and he can make that come to life. So all I gotta do, every Dre beat, damn near every Dre beat that I hear, I wanna rap over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it makes me instantly think of things. So like I said, it's just a chemistry. It's a chemistry type thing, you know? It's like we just get together and in one studio session, we can knock out 1 or 2 songs, like right there. You know what I'm saying?
It seems to fascinate some people, just the things I go through with my relationship with my wife at home, and the things that happen and go on in my personal life that make people tend to want to dwell into that more than even the music. And I know that I put a lot of my personal life out there too, so, you know, a lot of that shit is my fault. Do you know what I mean? I'm asking for it when I put that much of my personal life out there and shit, but, you know, whatever, G shit, it's still G shit, no matter what, it's G shit, respect the code. It was fun to kind of build this character up, this whole persona or whatever, and just do and say whatever I wanted to do and say at first, and then it became just like something inside of me that was like, yo, this is like me all the time. This isn't.
To put a label on something, it kind of like disgusts me that it's 1999 and people still get labeled as white rapper. I just want to live to see the day that we don't put labels on anything. I want to live to see the day that I'm just a rapper, I'm just an artist. That's why I say, when I look into the crowd and I'm saying my words, and the whole front row might know it, but the people in the back might not know the words of my songs because they ain't heard my album yet. Or they barely know who Eminem is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to win them people over, like, get the respect of them people.
Like it was gonna be, and I didn't know if this opportunity was ever gonna come to me again, so it was like, I was doing each and everything that I could do. Yeah. Any chance to be on TV, any chance to do a show, and promote the album, or whatever, I was doing, you know, and, you know, barely slept, so, you know, the drugs kept me alive, they kept me going, you know, but I've learned to pace myself better this year.
The production company that I was with this production company, it was called Web Entertainment, FBT Productions, and it was like, they was like, we started selling units through, we got a little distribution deal through Fat Beats.
So I don't think anybody saw me not drunk, you know what I'm saying, and not on some type of substance. Fame hit me so fast, I didn't even know what I was doing. They need something to nag about, you know what I mean? And I think that I've given them that activity to do, whereas before they were bored, you know what I mean? So I've given them something to do, so they really should thank me instead of trying to drive me away, because the harder that you try to drive me away, the more I'm gonna be here, and the more I'm gonna wanna be here and have the drive to be up in your face and to piss you off. So
I'm cool with success as long as it doesn't get too out of hand, as long as it, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep shit balanced and I'm trying to maintain, you know. And what people don't realize is like, you're a regular person. I'm a regular person. When I go out on that stage, and if I'm on stage and my voice cracks, or I'm losing my voice because I've been on tour for so long, or whatever happens, if I slip and fall down and trip over a chord, whatever, you know what I'm saying? People don't realize that you're a regular person. You're out here making your living. You're trying to entertain this crowd, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? And you're just a human being. And when you don't want to sign 9 million autographs when you're standing outside of your bus, you know what I'm saying? And you sign a few of them, and then them other people that didn't get the autographs are like, oh, fuck you, you asshole, you know what I'm saying? You know, people don't realize you're a regular person. You're a human being, you know? And that's one of the hardest things. That's one of the hardest things that, you know, people have trouble coming to grips with.
6 lines about raping or killing or whatever, and then came back with, I'm kidding, don't do this, it didn't matter. It was almost like I didn't say that. It was almost like he just said raping and killing and faggots, and that's all he said.
Explain to people the spelling of your name. Does it mean anything, the way that you have the E-M-I-N-E-E-M?
It means absolutely nothing. I didn't want to get sued by Eminem, so I spell
spelled it out. Marshall Mathers, that's my name, so that's my initials, you know?
Two
so I
M's,
just
you put them together.
took 2 M's and I spelled them out in 1 word, and I don't know how I managed to spell them because I'm illiterate, but good, and I managed, and I think I spelled it correctly. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
That's deep words.
I got a lot of shit to learn still, you know? Every day I learn something new.
Every day.
You know, every day I meet somebody new, so I don't know. Maybe ask me in 20 years.
The best way to go about it is to not really think about your first single. I concentrate on making the best songs that I can. When I get about 10, 15 songs, then I start looking for that single.
If you make that one hit, then that recoupable shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You wipe your ass with that money. If you make that one hit, them 2 hits, and you make a great album, you're platinum, double platinum, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then that money don't mean shit.
This is like therapy for me, not only when I'm writing it, but when I'm in the booth saying it, you know? It's kind of like, it's a way for me to get this shit off my chest.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm giving a sob story. My mother was a single parent. I had nothing, I had no education. I had nowhere to live, bounced around a lot. I had to walk to school, uphill, both ways, 86 miles. Besides rap, I was like destined to be nothing.
I'm living like a little bit of everything. I'm not ashamed of where I grew up or how I grew up or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually, I look back at where I'm at now and I look back and I'm kind of proud. You know what I'm saying? To come from where I came from.
My main thing was I wanted to get the respect. I wanted to show the world and people who didn't believe in me that I could do this, you know what I'm saying? And now that I'm doing it, it's kind of like I've proven my point, and I'm gonna keep proving my point until I'm tired of the rap music. But I'm not gonna do it, I can't do it forever, you know what I'm saying? None of us can do, you know? You can't ask questions forever, you know what I'm saying? She can't have the camera forever.
And the next minute, I'm on stage rapping in front of 30,000 people. And it became a lot for me to deal with, you know? Being recognized in public and not being able to go to places that I used to go to, or go back to the same places without being with. People would see me like I wasn't Marshall anymore. Well, look, it's Eminem on the court. Nah, dude, you know me. Pass me the ball. Shut up.
You know, you might, I understand that the level of success that I'm at doesn't happen to everybody every day, but like, you know, there's new problems you're gonna have with everything. If it wasn't my success and I was still trying to look for a job or working a dead-end job and didn't have no money to eat with, it would be those kind of problems that I would have, those type of family problems. How are we gonna feed Haley? How are we gonna raise her? How are we gonna stay together? How are we gonna pay our rent? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, sure. So it would be, so now it's new problems. It's like, money's not the problem. Now it's different things. Of course. Other people interfering in our lives and our business and shit like that. So you gotta take the good with the bad. I mean,
life is definitely better now. I really don't want it to get much better. So I won't have anything to rap about if it does. I didn't have like anything going for me other than just winning rap contests and just being involved with hip hop. That's all I had. So for Dre to take me from nothing and make me into something, you know, I feel like Dre saved my life. My family, I don't get to see family members
that he started.
My girl, my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I don't get to see them, stuff like that, you know?
It became 1.7 or whatever it was, and the first week it became like, this isn't real. This is not how you sell records. This, like, am I a trend? When I did that sound bombing track, if you listen to the beginning of it, I was like, hi, my name is, I said a couple of things, and then that's when I got signed like 3 months later from Dre. He played me this beat, he played me the beat to My Name Is, and I was like, hi, my name is, and just started thinking of that shit instantly. So that's how that whole My Name Is concept came about, was from that sound bombing thing.
You listen to music. You don't watch music, you listen to it. Unless you're watching the video, of course. You see the image and everything is all part of the whole thing. But I'm like this. I'm like, music is music, and music is for the ears. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I got John Blaze stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I felt like it was my duty to say something about that too, and not just make an album that, you know, a few songs get your mind off things, but to address the issue at hand.
You can send demos. Your stuff has just gotta be hot. It's just gotta be the right stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta have something that's gotta catch somebody's eye. It's all about the look of your stuff. I just happen to have like a catchy little cover, you know? Right. And the music has gotta speak for itself.
I would say I represent I feel like I represent hip hop. Like I've lived it all my life and I know it. I grew up on it, you know what I'm saying? And I would say my sound is just pretty much for anybody who's ever been through some bullshit in their life, who's ever been through some, you know what I'm saying, trifling times or whatever, you know, which we pretty much all have, so.
Sometimes I just want to be left alone. When I go out and I entertain these crowds, then that's what I'm doing. But when I'm at McDonald's, I'm not trying to entertain you. I'm trying to be as normal as I can. Say you didn't get it, and I walked in this room, and I was joking with one of my friends, and we had a private joke between the two of us, only we knew what we were talking about, and we started laughing. You didn't get it. That's kind of how I look at people that don't understand where I'm coming from. It's just like, okay, you don't get it. You ain't in on the joke. Not to say that my shit is a joke, but I'm just using that as a metaphor, you know? Because I ain't no joke. I'm a fucking G. I'm a motherfucking G.
Well, then, loads of the people, and loads of the people who don't.
If a crowd is not making no noise, I'm gonna address it. Whatever the crowd is doing, I'm gonna address it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, if they ain't making no noise, I'm gonna stop my record.
Oh man, and if I could walk up the block, you know, just doing a family thing and just being dad, and people see me and acknowledge with a what's up and just keep it moving, in a perfect world it would be that.
I don't like to dwell on what color I am. I don't like to sit here and go, oh, I'm white. You know, I've had enough of that all my life. So now I'm at the point where it's like, yo, I look back and nobody asked to be born a certain color. Nobody asked to, I want to look like this. You know what I mean? It's like I was born this way. I look like what I look like. I can't help that, you know. Let me do what I can while I'm here. You know what I mean? It's like nobody had to accept me. Nobody had to like my stuff, you know.
I think overall they're gonna look back and my niece is gonna be like, my uncle really, he loved me. And my daughter's gonna be like, my dad, he loved me, so he did his job.
You got the bad half of you and you got the evil half, and it seems like nowadays in America, like just the evil side always rules.
I would rather get in front of a camera and not change anything, you know what I mean? Yeah. From that room that I walked into this room, not change the way I act, the way I talk, or anything. I'd rather just be myself no matter where I'm at, you know what I mean? No matter who's listening or who's watching or whatever.
I want that foundation. I want the respect. I'm in it for I ain't in this for the money, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about money. I'm in this for I'm in it for the respect. I'm in it for just for somebody to come up and say, Eminem, you're dope, you know what I mean? That's the type of shit I'm on, you know? It's like, cause, you know, if I had $1 trillion and I fell off, I'll be the most miserable person in the world. You know what I mean?
Get too seriously and just don't get it, and it's funny to me. Because all I can do is sit back and laugh at him like, you just don't get it.
Eminem, you grew up in a black community, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What black community?
What black community?
Yeah.
Detroit, right?
The east side of Detroit. Yeah, man.
See, I told you.
Inside Detroit, you told me there were no white people.
At least he sounds like a black guy today, because then I heard one promo where you sound like a white guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you see?
Hi there.
So it's really weird for me to get fan mail, because I still haven't grasped the whole concept. It's weird to still see myself on TV.
He checked everything. No matter what, if it was whack, we would know, because we would buy it. We bought every tape that was out, we bought it. He had a tape collection that was incredible. Yeah. I didn't have to buy no tapes, because he had all the tapes, like, Marsh got it.
You know, friends come over and you don't want them to see your family's on welfare and shit, so you hide the cheese and shit like that. You know, that's real. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I look back on it like, damn, that's fucked up. You know, but I mean, that's the type of upbringing that I had. I don't like to just like come out and say it though, because it's like people are gonna think like, oh, this white boy, blah 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 blah. He thinks he's from the street. He thinks he's doing. I mean, somebody's gonna, you know, I say my name on records, my full name. You know what I mean? Check me out. You know what I mean? I grew up in Detroit on the east side, you know what I mean? My name's Marshall Mathers, you know? Go look up a school book, you know, a yearbook.
If I say the word "the" wrong, I might go back and change it. You know what I'm saying? Like usually when I write my songs, the formula for me writing my songs is pretty simple. I write the verses and then just sum up all the verses with a hook.
You had a tough life. You in therapy at all?
Nah,
Man, I would check into that.
My music is my therapy.
No,
it's a way for me to get things off my chest.
Let me tell you something, pal. You need it. I'm telling you, you've had a tough situation. I'm telling you.
Leave him alone.
I'm cool.
He's
I'm
not
cool
happy.
right now.
You don't look that happy to me.
I'm cool right now.
Are
I'm just
you
a
really?
little bit tired. I'm just a little bit tired.
You got a lot of pain inside of you?
I mean, when I look back at things, it's kind of like, you know, like...
Yeah, I don't want you to do a Kurt Cobain, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
But it's like, it's kind of like when you're going through something, you don't really think about it. You just go through it or whatever. And then when you get out of that situation, you look back on it like, damn, that was really bad.
Don't let nobody get the best of me. I'm not gonna let anybody get the last word. You can't outsmart a smart ass. I have to outsmart everyone or I lose.
That's Britney Spears. She likes Christina Aguilera, and when she sees those people on TV and then me on TV right with them, I think she's getting the concept.
And one of the main things that's really fucked up is when people piss you off, you can't hit them in the face because
we can't do nothing no more because the way we used to be, we was the bully busters.
We can't act like how we want to act.
How we are.
How we really want to act. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of my family is, I shut them out. I block them out because everybody's got something to say. Nobody in my family really became anything, did anything with themselves. Everybody, grew up to be on welfare or grew up to live, low-income housing and shit like that. So nobody really became anything, and which was where I was headed too.
Sure.
But as soon as I became something, it's kind of like a fucking broke family and somebody in the family hits a lottery. Now everybody comes around, they want something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna happen with anybody, but especially my family. If you knew my family and some of the things that I really go through personally when I get home, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy, and it's not normal.
So it's such a weird situation. You know, it's my mother. It's my mother, and it's like I love her no matter what she does. But sometimes when I look back at the things that she did to me, it's crazy.
Dude, you don't even have to say you love her. You can get over that.
No, he can say it.
But I do love her. I do love her. That's my mother.
You don't
Honestly,
love her.
Every
I do
kid
love
loves
her.
their mother.
Well,
I do. It's an unconditional love, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If my mother died right now, I'd be right there at her funeral. You know.
It's fucking bananas. It's hard work. It's getting up in the morning. I get up in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Get ready. I get on a plane, get somewhere, go to 2 or 3 radio stations, do an in-store, and then do a show. Like
non-stop.
Like every night.
Yeah.
Are you?
You were on crack?
Were you on crack?
Yeah.
You were.
dear.
How'd you get off it?
Oh, I don't know, man. I kicked back and I got out the gutter, man, and I just...
Are you being serious though? You really got off crack? No, okay.
No, I wasn't on crack.
My name is Banu.
Some songs take longer than others to write. It just depends on, I guess it depends on what type of mood I'm in or what I'm thinking at that time. I just collect ideas and I write little ideas down just anywhere on a sheet of paper, just like scattered ideas and little words and just little metaphors or whatever, anything. And then just start piecing it together whenever I feel like it's time. But I always thought, like, you rap, you wear a gold chain, you get the bitches, and then that's it.
And the cars.
And cars, and you drive, and you got a fat crib. That's all I thought.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize all of the work, the effort that goes into it and shit. It's
And
like,
then afterwards.
it's 24/7. It's a
afterwards,
non-stop job.
Eminem is me, sitting right here. And Slim Shady is me sitting right here too. Only Slim Shady is me when I get pissed off, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an alter ego type thing.
People either love me or they hate me. Or love to hate me. Or hate to love me.
There's a difference between artistic expression and things I say on a record and things that I say publicly that I just recently found out. So it's kind of, it gets under my skin a little bit that I can't say things and make comments, because I want to. Believe me, I want to. But, I just keep quiet for right now because I'm paying out my ass for lawyers as it is.
Are you a spiteful kind of guy? Like, do you get adrenaline out of vengeance?
Yep.
I said, why do people want to talk to me? And he was like, because your life is like, you rap well, and your life is like, you say a lot of personal shit in your music, and your life is like fucking Jerry Springer show. So that's why I just figured out why I'm so successful. It's because my life is like the fucking Jerry Springer show, and it really is. What I've always done is answer critics who were saying shit about me. One of my intentions was to make them feel stupid.
Children are born loving their mother.
Right, they want to love you, and you want to love your father too.
Yeah,
it's all right if you want to cry. Go ahead. Don't be uptight about it. What is it,
Talk
Gary?
to this dad. Boy,
Yeah.
he messed up.
Dad's now contacting you for money and stuff?
Nah,
No.
he hasn't. I've heard he wants to get in touch with me.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, you're not going to get in touch with him.
Nah,
Yeah, cool.
I make my music for me, and I know how I want it to sound. I don't really think about, like, is everyone else going to like this? I listen to it, and I make it for me so that I'm satisfied with it. Because I feel like if I am satisfied with it, then everybody else is going to like it. All of the work of writing the song and coming in the studio and recording the song and all of that shit is just so you can take it to the stage. And that's the fun part. You know?
I've got out of control a couple of times.
He can't live with it. I think I can, but I don't think he can live with it.
No, it's really hard, man. When somebody disrespects you and on just a regular person to person level, you know what I'm saying, or on a street level, somebody disrespects you, you want to do something to retaliate, you know what I'm saying? And you can't. You gotta learn to control your temper, and you gotta take the fuck yous and you suck and shit like that in the crowd. You gotta take them.
Even the slapping you or whatever they do to you. You can't
Nah,
really.
if somebody slaps me, then yeah.
My delivery and the way I say things across the mic, I make sure that is just like perfect. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure everything is perfect for me, so I can listen to my ish a million times and not find a flaw in it.
I just think the whole pop world is corny. I just think that it's sissy music, and it's just so watered down, man. It's like, you know, how many times can you rhyme tearing me apart, breaking my heart, love sent from up above. It's ridiculous, it's repetitive, and it gets on my nerves. Every song sounds the same to me.
The music is corny, it sucks, it's not everybody is that happy. Whee! You know, and let's sing about my broken heart, and it's tearing me apart.
Rocking out. Love up above, heart apart, tearing me apart, my heart. Love up above, love from above.
The most difficult thing about, and I'm sure I can speak for just about any artist who blows up like almost overnight, I'm sure I can speak for Kid Rock, from Britney Spears to NSYNC to everybody, no matter what type of music that you do. The hardest part is in the beginning. It's when your music starts taking off and your career starts going full-fledged, you don't know what's happening. It's happening so fast, and people are grabbing you here and there, and they're telling you, you know what I mean? They're pulling you here. You got this interview to do. You got this interview. You got to do this press. You got to do this photo shoot. You got to do this show. You got to do all this shit. Da 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 da. And it's really easy. It's so easy to get caught up in this game and become addicted to drugs, become a fucking alcoholic, make your life go completely out of control. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because shit happens so fast. You're seeing so many different people around you, so many different faces. Everybody's got a new face, and it's so many people around you, you don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's for anybody who gets in this game, this entertainment business, what I mean by game, and just and blows up and becomes a success in it. The hardest part is the first year, at least. So for that first year, I mean, speaking for myself, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It just seemed like a blur to me. When I look back on it, I'm just like, you know, like, wow, that's some crazy shit. There's shit that I see now that, you know, myself on TV a year and a half ago, that I'm like, I don't even remember doing that interview.
If you're bringing it to somebody and you bring something that they can't deny, they can't front on it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's why you have to bring it.
There is a positive message in my music, and it's for you.
And I have to separate myself from that crowd because I'm not pop. You know, I can't stand being grouped up in that category neither. Maybe that's one of the reasons that I say what I say in my lyrics and make them so left field.
I couldn't afford to buy diapers, you know, I didn't have a job. I had like job after job after job and just kept getting fired, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a high school education. I didn't have a diploma. I failed 9th grade 3 times, as the world knows now. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that he lives in California, and I heard that he was trying to get in contact with me or whatever, but...
Would you be up for that?
Nah, not now. Not now, because I never got like one letter. I never got anything from him, you know?
Don't you want to grow up to be just like me?
What do you think when people say, think you should be, you know, is this guy a good role model? You know, he didn't finish school. Is it good for kids to hear this? I mean, what do you tell kids?
I don't feel like my stuff is really good for children.
I used to have this really big problem with people staring at me, you know, like when I was younger, and it was like, why are you staring? Like if somebody was staring at me, they wanted to fight me, but I have to see past that and say they have a reason to. Because otherwise I get edgy, like, yo, why is this person staring at me? I just can't stand to be stared at for no reason.
So, I mean, I was basically going nowhere, and I felt like when I made the Slim Shady EP, I told the production people that I was working with, FBT, I told them, I was like, yo, if this doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be 23 years old. I gotta get out. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta leave. I gotta quit. I gotta quit. I gotta get a job. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? And then we just so happened to go to LA like that same year, you know, and Dre heard the tape and Dre gave us a call. So
if you don't like what I do, don't look at me. If you don't like my records, don't buy them. That's it. Big up Paul Rosenberg, man.
Big up Paul Rosenberg.
We're gonna go to my old house, and I'm gonna knock on the door and see if I can get in because I left something in my room.
Okay.
You put a new door on.
They fixed the place up.
Yeah.
They've been shoveling the snow.
Actually, doesn't look that bad. My name is Slim Shady. I wanted to know if we could come in and take a look around. I'm with MTV right now. I used to live in this house.
Busta Rhymes.
I don't think y'all realize how important this man is to hip-hop right now.
I like Eminem, he got lyrics. I listened to that whole album, he coming from his soul, and if that's how he feel, if y'all feel him, rock with it. If you don't mess with it. That's the motto right there, love it or leave it alone.
This album, I touched on every person that I didn't like. That's my way of venting, is writing it down and you know, getting back at people through words, because I feel like, you know, I can use words as weapons against people. Like, I'm in the studio one day and I was like, my DJ Head played a beat, a break beat, and I was like, yo, that's a substitution beat, ain't it? And he turned around and looked at me, laughed, and he said, you're becoming a producer.
People only knew Slim Shady. I came out as Slim Shady, you know what I'm saying? And I was letting everybody know who Slim Shady was, and then I felt like nobody really knew who Marshall Mathers was, you know what I'm saying? I think there was a lot of critics and people taking everything that I said literally, so I kind of wanted to get personal on this album and make the critics who were saying things about me feel stupid, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just basically, I just wanted to let people know that this is the real me. This is all jokes aside. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of songs on the album that are like that, that are like, you know, more serious than the first album. Right.
I've got some things that I wish I could have done over or did better. You know, like I said, personally or whatever. But you know, other than that, I can't complain, man. I'm living what I always dreamed about. I'm actually living more than what I actually ever could have dreamed. Nobody in my family really gave a damn about me, you know, growing up as a kid. As soon as I made it, it was like, I knew you'd make it, I knew you'd make it, or you know, remember when I changed your diapers and that. Nobody in my family helped me get where I'm at.
I think the young people are getting it, and I think the older people are getting it confused. I think the older people are tending to take my dish too literal, you know, but I don't care. It's funny to me, you know what I'm saying? Because if I say my fucking brain fell out of my skull and they really believe it, you know what I'm saying? And what's wrong with them? You know, the younger people got senses of humor, you know what I'm saying? They got a sense of humor, so they know to determine the right from wrong and the shit like that.
Because when she had her little What a Girl Wants special,
it's time you got on the inside.
I'm watching their little special or whatever, and I'm watching her with her little friends, and she's giggling, and she picked one of my videos.
So I picked Eminem, My Name Is, because whenever this video came out, I think a lot of people woke up and was like, and were really taken aback.
And I was like, that's cool, and she picked my video. She heard a rumor that I was married, and then said, yeah, he's cute, but isn't he married though?
I heard he's married now.
Eminem?
Yeah, totally. The girl that he talks about killing on his record, actually.
And I was like, no, you didn't just say that, you little bitch. And then she said, yeah, and you know, doesn't he have a song about killing his baby's mother?
Girls out there, you've got to pull the plug on situations like that. I mean, don't let a guy disrespect you.
And I always tell my friends, if you're against domestic, you know, I'm so against domestic violence, and if you're in an abusive relationship, and I was like, why did she just pick my video? If she's picking it apart, I would rather have had her say nothing about me. She heard a rumor. She didn't know if I was married or not. She just heard a rumor and then put me on blast. But I figured, well, f it, since she did that, you know what I'm saying? All right, okay, I'm married. Okay, whatever, that's cool. But you know, you said something about me, so I'm gonna voice some rumors that I heard about you.
For whatever reason, he has such animosity, it seems, towards me. I don't know why. But, you know, whatever I said, you know, I don't know what I said to really disturb him, but, you know, whatever I said, I'd say it again, so.
Boy bands and your Britney Spears and your NSYNCs that want to be role models to kids and things like that, which is cool, whatever, but, you know, that's their business, but that's not real, and that's not how the world is.
I wouldn't mind doing something with Jay-Z, too. I would like to do something with Jay-Z in the future, you know, but I know he's a busy man.
I really believe in freedom of speech. I can't even stress that enough. I feel like, especially artistic expression, you know, I believe an artist should be an artist and be able to say whatever he wants to say, whether you think it's good or bad. I'm picky about a hi-hat, a snare, like most people don't even care about that. But when I first got down with Dre, I watched him do that. No, I don't like that hi-hat. And I didn't know, I'm like, what the fuck is a hi-hat? I mean, I knew what a hi-hat was, but what is it supposed to, what's the difference? A hi-hat is a hi-hat.
The show's called The Ozone.
Oh, Ozone.
Yeah, remember, we've met before.
Ozone.
Yeah.
Not Ozone. You know, people might think that I walk around mad all day, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I'm happy, you know. I get all my aggression out in the studio. When I leave the studio, I'm like.
I went to a black dominant high school, and I used to sneak them in there into the lunchroom, right? And I used to be like, they used to be like, we want to battle you, Professor. Be like, nah, can't battle me. Why don't you battle the white boy over there first? And everybody would be like,
we used to sit in there and beat on tables and
I'll kill him. Man, the dude bust a little rhyme, then Emma come out and kill him the whole lunchroom, which is all as black dominant school would be looking like, damn.
I find myself hearing shit sometimes that Dre don't even hear. Do you know what I mean? It's like when we get in the studio, like I learned so much from Dre, like, and from being around him so much that now I learned break beats, what different break beats sound like. I mean, if I want to diss somebody, then I'll diss them. I'll just come out and say, Will Smith.
Smith don't got a cuss in his rap to sell records. Well, I do, so him and you too.
He dissed the whole gender of rap. He dissed gangster rap music.
I want to say to all my fans out there, I never killed nobody in none of my records. I don't use no profanity in none of my records, and still I managed to get up here. Jeez.
I respect him for saying his opinion, but not everybody is as happy as Will Smith. So if he sees life, you know, about birds and bees and wants to rap about flowers, then let him rap about birds and bees and flowers. But don't diss nobody else. And I felt like he was taking a stab at me and Dre and anybody who uses profanity on a record to express themselves. If you feel strong enough about something, then you might put a little before you say exactly what you're saying.
Are you worried?
From the hi-hat to the snare to the vocals to the finished product to the mix down to the mastering, I'm involved in everything that I do and every record that I produce and everything that I'm on. I'm involved in it like 100%.
To the album, they should listen that most of the stuff he say reflect from his life. They say he don't too much think or like try to think creatively. He just take from his life and animate it with lyrics. That's how you do it, you know what I'm saying?
When I was like real young, I remember listening to like Prince. My mother would listen to Prince and shit like that. Bitch, shut the fuck up, cause you know you listen to it too, you faggot. You probably listen to fucking Michael Jackson with a pink thong on, running around the house, still pissing your diaper at 10 years old.
I used to use Slim Shady as an excuse, but now, the older I get and the more mature I get, I guess if you could consider me mature at all, I believe that I am maturing and my music is maturing. Eminem and Slim Shady have just become more of an entertainment name to me than anything. I don't look at it like I really divide up the personalities or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't really do that anymore.
I'm throwing back at people what people have thrown at me all my life. All I've done is take shit. You know what I mean? And now I'm going to start dishing it out. And if people don't like it, they got a problem with it. Fuck them. That's the way I feel. Here I am. Everybody love me. Everybody accept me. Here I am. Please accept me. I'm begging for acceptance. This is Eminem. Please buy my record. It's my introduction to the fucking world.
I know y'all know what this means, but if you don't know what it really means, then you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. If you listen to hip-hop, if you love hip-hop, you're gonna find out what this really, really means.
Trust us,
really mean that.
We saw him in concert. No one could blow it up like the true Eminem. Y'all, that's it. Eminem, thank you very much, dude.